Hi there, we're going to go through simplifying exponent properties. So just a reminder, a couple of things that we'll do. If we go ahead and if we're multiplying, actually we'll do this. Blow it up a little. So if I multiply, okay, our bases together, that means we're going to add the exponents. If I raise a power, so then if I divide my bases together, then we'll subtract the exponents. And then if I raise a power to a power, then we're going to go ahead and multiply the exponents. And then just a reminder, any number to the 0 power is 1. So we'll go through this. Okay, so as we go through this, we look here, we have 2 times 2. So 2 times 2, that would be 4. I'm multiplying here m to the second times m to the third. So I'm multiplying those together, so I'm going to add those exponents. 2 plus 3 is 5. Next, anytime I have a negative exponent, I'm going to flip it down to the bottom. So I'm going to multiply 4 times 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. Then I look here and I have a negative 3. So that's r to the negative third times r to the second. So I'm going to add those exponents, which gives me r to the negative 1. And then since that's a negative exponent, I'm going to flip that r to the bottom. Next, for this one, this has an exponent of 1. It's by itself, so I'm going to multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. And then this, I have k to the fourth and k to the first, and we're multiplying, so we're going to add the exponent. So that would be k to the fifth. So that's what we'd be doing as we work through them. When I come to them and I see, like here, I'm going to still multiply my numbers. 4 times 3 is 12. What I have is I have a to the third and times a to the negative fourth. So I like to group them together. I have b to the second, and I have b to the negative third. So I'm going to add these two together, and I'm going to add these two together. So 3 plus negative 4 is negative 1, and 2 plus negative 3 is negative 1. Since those are negative exponents, we're going to flip them. Okay, here we would multiply. Okay, I'm raising a power to a power, so I'd multiply. So 2 times 0 is 0. Any number to the 0 power is 1. Here, we have a power of 1, so we're going to go 4 times 1. So that's 4 to the fourth power. And then 4 times 0 is 0. So 4 to the fourth power would be 4, 16. 16 times 64, so is that 216 as we go through it. So it's 256. And then this would be r to the 0 power would just be 1, so it would just be 256. Here we have an exponent of 1, so we go 4 times 1, so that's 3 to the fourth power. And then 4 times 4, so that's k to the 16th power. So 3 to the fourth power would be 81, k to the 16th. Do the same thing here. Power to a power, so we multiply, so that'd be 2 to the negative first power, b to the negative fourth power. Okay, anytime I have negative exponents, so both of those would flip, so it'd be 2 over 1, b to the fourth, and we'd have a 1 on top. So you have multiple, so you go negative 1 times 4, negative 1 times 4, negative 1 times negative 3. So that would be 2 to the negative first power, x to the negative fourth power, y to the third power. So I went 1 times negative 1 is 1, negative 1. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive. So then since that 2 has a negative exponent, flip it. Since the x has a negative exponent, flip it. The y doesn't, so it stays where it was. So now when you do this, when we divide, we're going to subtract exponents. So 2 ways to think about this division. So you could think about it this way. You have an r and an r over top. You have an r, and then you have 3 r's in the bottom. So you have 1, 2 on top, 3 on the bottom, you would cancel off. So what's left on top is just a 1 over 2r. So you could think of it this way. You could also think you subtract. So 2 minus 3 is negative 1, so it'd be 2r to the negative first power. And then you got to flip that down, so it'd be 2 over r. Why did I put the 2 on top? The 2 should stay in the bottom, so back here. Okay, so it should be, there we go, over 2. And then that 2, so it'd be like that. Okay, so 3 divided by 3 is 1. And then n to the fourth would be 1, 2, 3, 4 n's over 1, 2, 3 n's. So you get them to cancel. So it'd be 1n on top. Or you could go 4 minus 3 is 1n, and then 3 divided by 3, so it'd be 1n to the first. Okay, what I do here is I have a negative exponent, so that would be 3 over m to the third. And then that m to the fourth flips down because it's negative. And so since I'm multiplying here, then I would just add those exponents. So it'd be 3 over m to the 7th. So anytime I have negative exponents, so here I could 4 over 4. But what I like to do is I like to just get rid of all my negative exponents. So 4 stays. X to the 0 power is just 1, so you could put times 1. Y to the negative second power flips down. Z to the third stays where it's at. 4 stays where it's at. X stays where it's at. Okay, and then you look, are there any ones? So I can go 4 over 4, that simplifies, so that'd be z to the third over y squared x. And we can't do any more simplification. Last one, if I go through here, there's no negative exponents, so then I can just go ahead, so I could do it 2 ways. So I could look at it this way. That's 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4. N's, we have 1, 2, 3. And P's, we have 1, 2, 3. Over 3. I have 2 M's, 1, 2. I have 2 N's, 1, 2. And I have 4 P's, 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I cancel them off. That cancels, cancels, cancels. And then I have cancels, cancel, cancel. So up top I still have 4. I have 2 M's, so it'd be M squared. I have an N on top over the P, the 3, and the P in the bottom. So that's how you go through simplifying exponents.